Everybody, what is up?
Hello.
Gorpo here, along with Eric once again. I think we just
Uh,
seen you guys about a half hour ago.
yeah, I
But
know. Yeah.
just in case, let me reintroduce. Like I say, I am Gorpo, and this is Eric from Hey Internet. Eric here.
Yep.
Can't
I
see
am
Eric, but
here.
we can hear him.
I am here. I'm ready for this watch along. I got my lights off. I got my fireplace going. I got my drinks. I'm ready to have some fun, dude.
Awesome. This is my favorite, man. The first one, of course, was directed and not written by, it was written by Victor Miller, the first one
Hmm.
was, but it was directed by Sean Cunningham. This is pretty much a Steve Miner film, man.
Yeah.
This he directs, he produces, he's in on the writing. I mean, he really took the reins and really ran with it here, man. And
Hmm.
I think raised the bar just a little bit on it.
Oh yeah. We talked about that in the last video we just did. It's so good from beginning to end. It's
Oh, it's great.
the characters, the deaths. Jason is terrifying in this. We get our best survivor girl. You know what I mean? Our best survivor girl, Betsy Palmer, is back. Um, it's a little disappointing to see that he also directed part three, and part three I think is a big drop in my opinion. I think they focused too much on the 3D gimmick than the characters, but we're not. That's neither here nor there. Part two is always going to be in my top three of all time. I already said, I love Jason Goes to Hell. That's my favorite because it's the most fun.
Yeah.
But and I said I think the best made is the final chapter. But you know what? I could change my mind tomorrow and put part two up above it. You know what I mean? Because I compare it to like the original Nightmare on Elm Street and Dream Warriors.
Right.
On Sunday, I might prefer the original, but by Thursday, I might change my mind, put Dream Warriors on it, and then the next week it could be, the other way.
Right. I'm like that about I do like part three quite a bit, but part two to me is like a whole other world.
Mm-hmm.
Part two and part four, of course, is good. You know what I mean? Like we talk about how good this franchise is, but
Mm-hmm.
this to me, this has got my favorite Jason look. It's got my favorite Final Girl. It's my favorite.
Not Final Girl. You told me to correct you. You said Final Girl. Fix that.
Okay. People people been saying that shit for so long, but guys, really, everybody really, when you think about it, and tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Did it not start out as Survivor Girl? And doesn't Survivor Girl sound so much better? If you don't believe me, go back and look at Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I did a watch party on that, or I don't call them watch parties, watch along on that
Mm-hmm.
2 3 weeks back, and it kicked ass. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I
Also,
just,
if you haven't seen it, Horror for All, go back and check
mhm.
it out. Hopefully, going to record episode 4 coming up this coming week. Or episode 3 was absolutely fantastic.
I was just giving you shit because when you brought up Survivor Girl last, I was just giving you shit, brother.
Doesn't it sound better?
It does because, like I said, it sounds more powerful. You know what I mean? It makes the woman sound strong because she survived this all. She's not just she's lucky to be alive. She's lucky to be
That's
the
what she
final
was
girl.
before. Somehow it evolved. Somehow Survivor Girl evolved into Final Girl, like
Mm-hmm.
Manic Depression. Evolved into what is it called now? Manic Depression. Yeah, it evolved into bipolar.
Okay. Yeah.
Somehow the same thing became something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
When the original one sounds, I have to think Manic Depression sounds much better than bipolar, just like
Yeah.
Survivor Girl sounds much better than Final Girl.
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely an emphasis. She really sets the bar high. Jenny does as far as the Survivor Girl in this one.
Mm-hmm.
She's the first one to care about Jason. She's the first one to really dig in and really try actually educate herself and find out something about him rather than just hearing the lore and
Mm-hmm.
just what I mean. And I think
Yep.
that's what gives her the edge on him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Before we get going here, give everybody a chance here. I always give everybody a chance. It's been a while since we've done a watch, man.
Yeah, me and you. I think the last time me and you did a watch party was Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I've been taking it solo these last few weeks, except for a couple that I've done with Steel, because I just like to do them by myself a lot because my mouth runs so much.
Mm-hmm.
and I just talk and we get into conversations, and so it turns into a watch along / commentary,
Mm-hmm.
and it's followed up with a discussion, and it's really been working well, man. I'm really digging that play, having a great time with it.
Yeah.
Ninja says, I actually had part 2 ready to go. I'll be actually watching along. Awesome, man.
Awesome. Very cool, dude.
So you're not at work, Ninja?
He must have just, unless he's being sneaky and watching it fucking work.
Yeah, maybe. Jason said, yeah.
He's cool. He's a good dude. I really like him.
He and I have become really good friends on here. We support each other a lot.
He's another guy I'm surprised doesn't have as many subscribers as he should, because he's just so fucking down to earth. You know what I mean? He's just a genuine good dude.
Mine have come a little late, but they're starting to grow now. And his will do the same thing. I have no doubt at all. Yep. So you all at work. So, yep. You called it.
That's fucking great.
All right. Let me see. Let me get in here and make sure the volume is good.
Yeah, I've seen this so many fucking times. Plus, we're gonna be talking, so I got the volume at like a 2 or a 3. There's no way you're getting caught with my audio. Don't worry about that.
I'll wait till it gets to the permanent sign and pause it so we can be in sync here.
Yep, I got it.
Jason, I'm gonna pause this when it gets to the paramount sign here. Well, no, or does it even show the paramount sign in part 2?
Yes. I got it right at 00, and we got the mountain, but we don't have paramount.
Okay.
The very first thing we see is the mountain and the clouds. We don't see any stars or paramount yet.
That's where I got it too. Do you have yours at the same place, Ninja? So
yeah, let's wait for Ginger to say he's ready, and then we'll do like a countdown. All right. Yep, he's at 0000.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom. All right.
Yeah, this I love that it starts out with this kid splashing through there, and the mom's hollering at him, and he's like, "Oh, mom!"
Oh, mom! He's fucking singing "Itsy Bitsy Spider."
Yeah, just being a kid, I did that same shit, man. Oh, mom, and the mom's in the back of here going, "Now."
Yeah. Now I've always wondered, where is Alice? You know, is she still in the same fucking town as Camp Crystal Lake, or is she gone somewhere else?
She would have to be, wouldn't she? I mean, you really don't see Jason hop on a plane and going, you know what I mean?
Well, I know. That's true.
What happened was, her parents wanted her to come back home, right? I think what happens is after she survives all that, she finds herself a little job somewhere around there close, like in the neighboring town, you know, maybe like the same little town that we see Nanny in, and has decided to get her shit together before she goes back to her regular life. So I think she's right there.
Yeah.
At least that's how I rationalize. I love how the descriptive subtitles give you stuff like dog barking.
Here's a question that we brought up in the last video. Is Jason fucking wearing his pillowcase right now when he's getting ready to sneak into the house?
I don't know.
Or is because, like we said, either way, he's gonna, you're gonna either see some man. I'm sure he's in his overalls. You know what I mean? With either a sack on his head or long stringy hair, who's got a deformed face. So
2 different faces even.
There she is, the queen.
There she is. Oh, Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
And I like how she says, an old friend of the Christies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, she's all dead. Well, I'm not worried. Or what is that shit? I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. That little chuckle. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen this at the theater with my mom. I had no clue that this was the killer, right? But my mom was sitting right beside me, and I remember hearing my mom say, "There's a killer right there."
Really?
So she kind of exploded. She wasn't trying to, but she said, "That right there is the killer."
Yeah.
The first thing she said was, "Oh my God, that's Betsy Boone."
And see, you know what I love? Like we mentioned this in our World's or Cinema's Greatest Mom video. she's old school, and she only did this because she needed the money.
for a new
And
car.
even to this day, like she didn't realize how big of a following she had until she
Right.
finally started doing the conventions. And what
She's
I
old.
loved, and that's what I love about her, is because even in the conventions, she's sitting round table, she's sitting in between like Tom Savini and Victor Miller. And she says this with Victor right next to her. She's like, I read the script and I said, this is total shit.
Yeah, this
And what I love about Victor, if you're ever bored, go find a Victor Miller audio or video interview. He's cool as shit. You know what I
he
mean?
is, yeah.
And he looked at her, he smiled, he kind of shrugged his shoulders. You know what I mean? They kept like Victor did it for money. You know, he as well. He wasn't trying to create a masterpiece,
Yeah.
and
But
that's what I love about.
she told her agent, she said, "Hell no, I'm not doing this garbage. Fuck that."
Yeah.
And then she left, and right after she left, her car broke down the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got back a hold of her agent and said, "How much did they say they was gonna pay me for that?" And they said, "What?" And she had just looked at a car,
Mm-hmm.
because she knew her car she'd had for years
Yeah.
was on its last leg.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "How much are they gonna pay me?" I could make a payment on this and get that car if I did this film. All right, I'll
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Yeah. And look at her now; she's a horror icon.
Talk about fate. Just like this movie wouldn't be made if the people didn't been invested in it. If Sean Cunningham hadn't got a hold of them at the last minute early that
Mm-hmm.
morning and said, "Okay, we're going for it," because they're going to
Mm-hmm.
go out and invest in a bunch of malls.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Betsy really fucking bit her there.
Yeah,
Because
I do.
like I said, she's old school. She's really slapping her. Watch this. Look at the face.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. But I think I wonder if Betsy really fucking bit Adrian King. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't.
Well, King talked about how they got out there. She said she had never met anyone. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
know. She said, "I didn't know I was going to get my ass whipped."
Yep.
And she said she never had anybody just paintbrush her like that. That's old school. She's an old school broad, man. She just
Yep. And that's the thing. There's the difference between a lady and a broad. She's a broad. That's
yeah,
what I like. And the thing that she was kind of like it's a funny reference, but we can go back to like the stage and like the Three Stooges. She was a stage actress. You had to really hit them so the people in the crowd could hear it.
Yes.
And then Cunningham had to tell her, I said, Betsy, no, you don't really have to hit poor little Adrian King. You know what I mean?
Just like a good wrestler, a wrestler that knows how to work what they call tights.
Yeah.
They will make contact. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, he don't work stiff. He works tight.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that he's making contact.
Yep.
Ninja says you would think you would stand out more with a sock or sack on your head.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Todd. Thanks for popping back in, man. Appreciate it.
Good point.
It's kind of funny to think about Jason looking up Alice's address and actually planning out this murder. This was
Yeah.
He looked at her and said, "God damn, I know she lives in this house."
Like, did he have a phone, like a Crystal Lake phone book, and was just looking up Alice's name in it for the address and stuff?
Yeah, or like he waited long enough for her to actually get a phone, and it takes an extra year for it to get into the book. So he's like, finally, the new book comes out today. I'm gonna fucking find it.
But see, and that's the thing that again proves that what we said, that Jason wasn't mentally handicapped. He planned all this stuff out. You know what I mean? He knew what he was doing.
That's one good thing about the remake too. I do like that about the remake. I like how they explain how he pops up different places.
With the tunnels. Yep.
I thought that was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than making it something where everybody not sure whether it's supernatural or not, they explained it like that, and I thought that was pretty wise on their part.
Yep.
If they had done the whole thing like that, if they would have cast like they wrote, things would have been cool.
Yeah.
If they had cast and wrote the script, you know what I mean, the actual script, like they wrote the story.
We one of our categories we picked, like, prettiest survivor girl. Adrian King herself, she was pretty cute.
Yeah. I discussed last week. I discussed Steve's advances toward her, and I asked everybody, do you find him more pathetic and sad with the way he was pursuing her there at the very beginning, or do you find him creepy? I thought it was somewhere in between, because remember remember when he's talking to her and shit, and he talk her into staying, and
Yeah,
he touches her face, and
yeah.
she gets this look on her face like
I think what it
that's
was.
creepy.
I think what it was. I think they had a physical relationship, and
Right.
he wanted more, and she thought it was just kind of because I thought she thought it was probably just gonna be like a summer fling. Because
Yeah.
remember when because she's an artist, you see her drawings here. Did I look like that? You did last night, you know. So there was definitely something physical going on. I think he wanted more, and she just wanted to have fun. You know what I mean? I think that's what it was.
I
So I don't think he was trying to
was
be.
starting to get to the obsessed creep point. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
I
starting
don't.
to get there.
I don't. Well, it's hard to tell. I don't think he was trying to be creepy,
He was at
but
least getting upset.
yeah, I think he was on the way to be obsessed with her. Like, this is I want you type of thing, and she's just like, no, no, not gonna happen.
Because she gets a look on her face like he's got a turd on his hand when he touches her
Yeah,
face.
yeah. She went and scrubbed. She went and took a shower or something afterwards.
Yeah, she was like, and that's what she was trying to get the hell out of
Yeah,
there.
and
But
if you think about it, because when
face.
when he walks away and she says like she'll think about staying, he just whispers, he goes, "Thanks," you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So yeah, and we discussed that a little bit last week in the chat and everything. And I don't know, I get somewhere between um, a lovelorn, pathetic puppy dog
mhm.
and obsessed, turning kind of creepy and obsessive.
Like I don't think he would do anything bad. You know what
Right.
I mean? But I
He
think
was
he would
thinking
have.
about
I think he would eventually maybe pushed it too far. But I don't think like he's not going to hurt her or anything. You know what I mean?
right. But he was getting weird. He was
Yeah.
starting to. She knew he felt more than what she did. I'll put it that
Yes. She definitely wanted to cut it off as soon as possible.
way. And, that you know they obviously had spent enough time together to where he was feeling like she was his.
Right.
Which, depending on the guy, that could take one encounter
Yeah.
or no encounter.
Hmm. I'm glad they got her to come back for this opening
Yeah.
sequence. And then she quit acting for a long time because she had a fucking stalker for the longest time.
Yes. Yes.
And she wouldn't do conventions or any of that. And now she's like fully embraced it. She like runs like a wine company. It's like called Crystal Lake Winery and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's pretty neat.
The original story to this was it was going to continue with her a little longer. She wasn't going to be like the Janet Leigh killed at the beginning,
Oh,
but
really?
they didn't want to pay her what she felt she was worth, considering the success of the first one. So
Really?
she ended up being killed off at the first instead for that
Mm,
amount of money. That was the original idea.
I didn't know that.
But so they said, well, if so I guess you're just going to have to blah blah blah, do whatever,
Hmm.
because if I'm doing if I'm doing the full film, then this is what I want. So they just cut
Yeah.
it down, killed her off at the beginning, and that was it.
Yeah. And here comes the poor cat that you can see. You can tell is just thrown through the window. That poor thing. But it's a
You
good
can see
jump.
it
It's a
the
good
whole
jump.
time.
It's a good jump scare though.
The old the
Ah.
old the old kitty cat through the window trophy.
Yep.
The cat's going, motherfucker. Man.
Yeah.
That, because I mean, how many times that cat could toss through that window? That cat's like, "Are you done now?"
Yeah. Damn it, Steve! Stop.
Yeah, it's like, fuck. Man.
Here we go. Here's the money shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that looks so good. And then here comes the ice pick.
Yeah, and this ice pick wasn't retractable. It didn't retract right away, so he was pushing it, and it was pushing into her head.
Well, you can see that in the edit
Yeah, she said that fucking hurt.
because if you watch that, you see it kind of digs at her temple a little bit before
Yeah,
the edit.
I love this. Boom,
Yeah.
part two.
Yeah.
For some reason, that excited the shit out of me when I went to see it.
I love when movies say part 2, part 3. Instead of just Friday the 13th 2, it's
Yeah,
part 2. You know
and
what I
start
mean?
at the end of the last one.
And what is cool though, she gets really early billing in this for now being dead within what 5 minutes.
Right.
That's cool. Oh, Walt Gorney, that's right. Crazy Ralph, they got him back too.
Russell Todd, man.
Lauren Marie Taylor, that's my Vicky. I got her autograph. She's actually got a podcast called Not the Final Girl Podcast, which is actually pretty. She's a lot of fun on Instagram. She's always
Yeah,
posting videos and stuff.
I showed this last week. This is my Amy Steele autograph,
Oh, that's cool.
followed by my Jeremy Rain and my Stacey Nelkin from Halloween 3. And over on the other side is the twins from the show.
Very cool, dude. I got to do an autograph video because I have a bunch of I've got a bunch of deathmatch wrestlers and stuff like that. But I've got like two Kane Hodders. I've got a Bill Mosley. I've got Laura Murray Taylor. Vicky. I've got Perky from Part 1. Janine, I got her. I've got a couple others at stashed somewhere. I got a couple Gunnar Hansen. I got a couple of him. Yeah, I'll have to do a showcase video on those.
Her name's like Marcia Taylor or something like that.
I think so. Or Jeannie Taylor, something I think it is.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I love this truck too, man. This guy that plays Jeff. Do you remember him from I don't know if you ever seen Dressed to Kill from De Palma.
I know of it, and that's the one with Nancy Allen, right?
Yeah, he plays a cab driver in it. The one
okay. Now, back in the 80s when trucks were like that, look at the big fucking wheels, dude.
Yeah,
his little handicap hat. He makes me think of Brian Johnson from AC/DC.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I remember being a kid and a teenager thinking she looked so hot, and I found out she was just a teenager here. I felt so fucking bad.
Yeah. And here's the good Teddy, Stu Charno. Stu Charno, the guy Teddy he's the jokester. He was like a staple in like 80s movies. He was in Christine, Just One of the Boys. He was everywhere in those like sex comedies. You know what I mean?
One of only two survivors in this, only because he stays there and tries to pick up the waitress.
Mm-hmm. And then he tried to find an after hours bar.
So speaking of staples of the 80s, man, Russell Todd was in Where the Boys Are in 1984, I do believe.
I always loved Crazy Ralph. I'm always a sucker for like a Prophet of Doom character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I told the others, but they didn't believe me.
Believe me.
You're all doomed.
Now you're pretty good with the behind the scenes stuff. Was that really Walt Gorney who did like the intro like narration to Part 7? Because a lot of people said it was, and a lot of people said it wasn't. When Part 7 starts up, there's a legend around these parts. A killer buried, not dead. I've heard that's actually Walt Gorney doing that.
I don't think so.
Because I think it's uncredited.
Ninja or Todd, is that Walt Gorney at the beginning doing that narration of part? Is it part? It's Part 6, isn't it?
Part 7, New Blood.
7, is it? Okay. What is with the explosion?
Hey man, those explosions were cool.
That's real.
Bill Mosley.
Norman Reedus.
Ooh, Norman Reedus.
I've got a Sid Haig signed Captain Spaulding up there too.
Oh, that'd be cool. That's cool, dude.
From his last convention that he did.
Yeah.
Still in the package and everything. Never been opened.
That's awesome.
We got the signed Malachi and Isaac in the corn back there.
Oh, sweet. I like Courtney Gaines whenever he pops up.
Yeah. Nancy Allen, Linnea Quigley, the kid that played the wizard in Dream Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Barbara Steele. Yeah, I've got quite a few of them, man. But I've never been able to go get any of them. personally because of my agoraphobia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Walt Gorney, the veteran actor who played Tracy Ralph, the original Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
turns as the voice narrator during the opening of this. Yep.
Because the voice is so different. A killer. I love that. A killer buried, but not dead. Oh, it's so good.
Well, yeah. Well, he was character acting here, you know.
Mm-hmm. This place is spooky.
But that's something I didn't know. See, this is why we all hook up and do this stuff together. That way,
Mm-hmm.
collectively, we all know all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Collectively, we can figure all of it out.
With our powers combined.
Right. Camp Crystal Lake. Oh, Camp Blood.
Yeah.
The same place we're going to be. Yep. Well, let's get out of here.
Yep. Can we take a look? No way.
Not before lunch.
Now see, I was giving shit about Teddy Bear, in part 4. This is the Ted I like. I like him.
Right. Ted, well, yeah, he is annoying, and his like. What I'd like to know is what's so goddamn funny about that old Silent Stag film he's watching. What is so hilarious? Even smoking a joint. I don't see how that's so damn funny.
Yeah. Him and that, and also his stupid fucking computer.
Yeah. Oh.
Put that in your computer, Ted.
Well, one of the twins is sitting right beside him while he's watching this old Stag film, laughing, looking bored as fuck when he could be trying to hit on her. Since he's supposed to be Mr. Don Juan, he don't have a clue on about how to get laid.
Yeah.
He's a zero mojo, lovely.
Yeah. There's Mark and there's my girl, Vicky. I guarantee you, it was all an act. Ted wasn't getting any action. He was throwing all of his frustrations at Jimbo. I'll be quiet for this part for you, Gore.
There is a God somewhere.
Now he's a creeper. He's a creeper. He's like Steve Christie creeper. Look at him.
He got a thing. Well, I mean, he just seen that booty, man, and he hadn't been able to concentrate since.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but man, he comes off as such a creeper.
You've got to keep yourself together, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be you can't be a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how good it looks, you got to be cool. That's the whole part of the mojo all by itself. Even
though he's a creeper, I did like him in Chopping Mall. He was fun in Chopping Mall.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fun movie.
Hey, Fred, how you doing, man?
Hey, Slasher Fred.
The most known death in the movie is the death of Mark when he is hit in the head with a machete and he falls down the stairs. Yeah, and the fucked up part, Fred, is he's hit with the other side of the machete.
So imagine the strength. Yeah, imagine the strength.
He's hit with the top part, not the blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a sadness for that poor guy.
Yeah.
He was just getting ready to get some Vicky too.
Mm-hmm.
Poor man. He thought the end of his day was going to be much better than that.
Yep.
Here she is. She is. The greatest final girl in the history of the fucking horror movie.
Survivor girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing that with you all fucking night, my friend.
I am trying to get where. See, that's why I told you that, because I want to get to where that's all I say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get this final girl shit out of my vocabulary.
Yep.
It's Survivor Girl on this channel from now on. Yeah, Chopping Mall. Yeah, down those stairs. That poor man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite fun horror movies is Chopping Mall.
I have a VHS Chopping Mall right over there.
See, that's what I love about Ginny. That's what I love about Ginny right here. Like, she walks in, she's in trouble, and he's like, "Well, you could have said sorry," and then she just kind of goes, "I'm sorry." Like, give him that, that bullshit apology. That's what I like about her.
Yeah. Oh, here's Fred. Walt Gorney was the voice of of the narrator of the opening in the 7th movie.
Yep. There's legend around these parts. And see, and she doesn't put up with Paul's bullshit either. I like that. And then the look, the look she's going to give him when he gets the exhaust in his face.
Yeah, because the beginning of part 6 is that the James Bond one, or is that 7?
Yeah, that's 6.
That okay, so that's what I was going to keep. All right.
Yeah. Let's keep our shit together speech.
Yeah.
He said, I love Stu Charno. He's always fun. And he popped up in Sleepwalkers as the photographer. That movie was full of fucking cameos too.
Sleepwalker, yeah.
Mm-hmm. King was in it. Clive Barker was in it. Stu Charno. Mark Hamill was in it.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
John Landis was in it. Joe Dante was in it.
Yeah. I thought Dante was. I was going to say Dante, but I didn't want to be rolling up like an asshole.
Yeah, Dante was the one in the corners.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I thought, watch, I'll say that and I'll be wrong.
Yeah, right there, little child psychology you're majoring in.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't that, and what's great is that's not just a bullshit line. You know what I mean? Because it comes into play later.
Making him pay for being a dick.
Uh-huh.
Not being supportive and understanding that her car is just an old beat up Volkswagen with probably 300,000 miles on it.
Yep, and then she gives him shit. She used the child psychology on him.
Yeah, you're such a sucker for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is made at the same time. Well, not exact same time as The Burning. Salvini flat-ass refused to come and do this one because, as far as he was concerned, Jason was dead.
Yep.
It wasn't a Jason, so he did The Burning instead.
And then, that's why he came back for part 4, because he wanted to kill him. He wanted to make sure he was going to be fucking dead, and he was.
But he should have known. Yeah, it took him 2 movies to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Jason was so dead it took him 2 films to get back.
Yeah.
So yeah, this here just jumping out of the woods here. But in the same year or 2 period, man, you had the campfire with this, you had the campfire with The Burning, you had
Madman, yep. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, it's on my list of Forgotten Horror Archives. Tuesday Forgotten Horror Archives.
Yeah.
That and I Drink Your Blood, Don't Look in the Basement, shit like that. Man, tons of I got pages of them.
Paul is really good at telling this story. I really think he's really good, John Fury.
Yeah.
But what's also really good, look at the 2 girls next to them. They're really good at looking scared.
Yes.
Because we talked about the acting is really good in this one.
Like, who you could switch out for John Fury here? Mr. Bolin.
Yeah.
Bolin's a badass motherfucker telling stories.
Yeah. Here we go. And look at the way he and look how I love how when Ted is revealed, how he does that little hop up and down. You know what I mean? He's proud of his work.
Yeah. These people spread out like somebody had a plague in there.
Yep. And then that's what I like how he says in case, okay, Jason is dead, Mrs. Voorhees was beheaded, and Camp Crystal Lake is off limits, all right? He's like, we had our fun.
Yeah, he's telling it like it's just a story, like it's something like he doesn't even really know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not really. He just knows that legend. By now, it's just become a legend. It's what? How many years between the first one and the second one?
This is supposed to be 5 years later.
5 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the end of the movie. very questionable with the part of the dog Muffin coming back at the end. I think it was just two different dogs or just something else that kind of looked like the dog.
Yeah.
Can't really see. Yeah, oh yeah, I shared Mother Day Humongous and Just Before Dawn to someone who loves 80s horror that has never seen them. Awesome, man. Awesome. Did you share the watch alongs that I did, or just the movies out? Either way is cool, man. Because I just want to spread those movies out. Just Before Dawn needs to be seen. So does Humongous, and so does Mother's Day. Me and Ninja did Mother's Day,
Oh, did you?
and I Humongous was one of the earliest ones I did by myself. The very first one I did by myself was Exorcist 3, but I really couldn't talk about it because
Yeah.
Trenchy was on
Trenchy was
there
watching it. He never saw it.
and he had never seen it. So I that was probably my quietest watch along, man. I gotta redo that one. I'm
Mhm.
gonna redo that. I want to redo The Exorcist. I want to redo Alien. My
Sure.
way. Let me see. There goes a girl from the lake as Jason grew up. Yeah, man, because he
Yeah.
got monster.
Okay, well, see, that's the thing. I don't know where I sit. And obviously, Jason, he did not drown. You know, if he's a grown fucking man now.
Oh, right. Because this is not even touching any type of even any thought of supernatural at this point.
Yeah, the first four, even though Jason can't be killed until part 4, it's still based in reality. You know, as much as a slasher movie can be.
Right. What is it about your hats and your bandanas and a man's hat and a man's bandana and stuff looking better on a woman than it does on us?
I don't know, but it's true.
Like,
I've always been a sucker for a woman in like a baseball cap with like the ponytail through the back.
right.
Yep.
And bandanas too. Like the way I wear my bandana,
Mm-hmm.
I can hold a candle to a woman with ponytails down back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talked about the best looking and and the best food and the best butt and all that kind of stuff on our
Mm-hmm.
stream, but I think that Amy Steele has just got this great cuteness to her.
She does. She's a perfect girl next door.
Yes,
You know what I mean? And like I said, that's why I liked Vicky over Terry. Vicky's the one you can take. You have a
true.
chance with. You know, Terry is like the unattainable to me.
Yeah, I love and the slight freckles is an attraction too.
Mm-hmm.
Fred says, wonder if they got the idea of Jason wearing the burlap sack from the movie. Yep, Tom Dread Sundown. Yep, yes, they sure did.
I've still never seen that.
That's a good one, man.
That's what I've heard.
Ninja says they do a podcast here. Plenty smutty and a lot of VHS. Days View Graveyard. Yeah, I've heard of Days View Graveyard.
I have to check that one
And
out.
the Ice Lord. Welcome, man.
Hey,
Hey, everybody. Todd says, I've always wondered if Jason was alive all that time. Why didn't his mother find him? It seems like he never strayed. Now, I'm not so sure if she thought he was dead or not, because there's one point right when she's pulling out her knife where
mm-hmm.
she says, look what you did to him.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a clue. Not look, you killed him. Look what you did to him.
Yeah.
I'm who knows? It could be a plot hole. It could be just,
I do think it was. I hate to say it. I do think it was a plot hole. But you know what? That's the one thing. Like I do love doing deep dives and stuff into horror movies. But if you just kind of focus on that, you kind of lose the fun of these movies.
True. You don't want to dig too deep into them
No.
because basically the bottom line of it is they are for fun. If you dig too much into them, you're gonna find out too much. A lot of shit you don't want to.
Bye bye, Ralph.
And then you're not gonna respect it.
Yep.
There's the end of Crazy Ralph.
Yep. And I love that how his head just kind of slumps forward.
That's the old classically stage trained actor. And
yep. Barbed wire.
That man's got a body of work the size of the Pacific Ocean.
I've heard that.
Beware
bears.
That's a clue. That means she started her period.
Mm-hmm.
during their little sexual escapades, he started her period.
Yeah. Because he was embarrassed to even mention that too. You know how he kind of clean up after you're on your menstrual cycle. You know, he kind of mumbled it. He was looking down at his clipboard.
And the ice Lord says, "I'm admittedly new, just here to hear the host talk. Hey,
Right. Happy you're here.
Hopefully we can keep you entertained, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about, having a great time, friends talking, watching a film together, just bullshitting and kicking back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Just be, me and Gore, we've done watch alongs before. We go off on tangents and stuff like that. It's just general conversation with a movie on in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you invite your friend over, you're gonna watch a movie with them, but you're also just bullshitting as the movie goes on.
Yeah, because just like I talked about before, we all live, so much distance away from each other. This is the only way that we can.
Yep.
Fred says the classic movie April Fool's Day.
Oh, I forgot April Fool's Day. Yep.
Sort of is very much a Friday the 13th like movie. It features teenagers. Man, I seen that at the theater also, and I got to tell you that when it ended, that's another one. We talked about Halloween 3 and all them. Making this big comeback, all of a sudden everybody loves it all of a sudden. Well, that's another one that did the same thing, because when I seen that thing at the theater back in the day when it first came out in 86, people, 85, 86, people were shitty with the way it ended.
I love that fucking ending, dude. I don't want to spoil it in case anyone has not seen it.
People
I love the ending.
Shitty. People walked out going, "Oh, that sucks," blah, blah. And they said that for 25, 30 years. Now, people like it.
I know that's what we talked about. People just hate on something just to hate on it, and then now it's just it happens to be the cool thing. Like now, I've always loved the ending to that movie. I've always loved Friday the 13th Part 5. I love Rob Zombie movies. I've always loved Halloween 3.
Got the balls to be unique and pull it off well. I'm Dice Lord says, "Thanks for the warm welcome, fellas. I'm enjoying it. Awesome.
Oh, glad to have you here. The more the merrier."
Ninja says, "I think I have April Fool's Day on DVD. Yeah, I got the old DVD. I got the Scream Factory.
I gotta get this. I gotta get that Scream Factory Blu-ray.
Echo in the chat. Hey, it was up, Echo. Welcome. How you doing, man? Let's see. Echo horror tuber of the month. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Echo. Flasher Fred. This movie starred one of the actors who played Kids and Christine. He is the one who gets
Yep, Stu Charno. He's Ted here.
He's the one who gets smashed in the garage. Yep.
I'm halfway through the book right now, Christine. I've challenged myself to read all of King's books in like publication order, because you know how it's kind of like a shared universe. Yeah. So I'm halfway through Christine now. I'll finish all of his books when I'm like, fucking 73 years old. It'll take that long, but
there you go.
Yeah.
And then here, of course,
that's the one I like. I love that cover with the noose.
Yeah.
That classic 80s VHS cover art. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, speaking of VHSs, I was going to show these off while we got a minute here.
Sure.
Here's the original Friday the 13th on VHS.
Oh, sweet, dude.
This is, straight from Paramount. One we're watching right now, Friday the 13th Part 2. Yep. All in mint condition.
I love like the white. I've always loved like the white borders of it, the sides.
Yeah. And next week's Friday the 13th Part 3 at this time.
Sweet.
That's the I have on VHS.
Very cool.
And this, of course, you've seen this a million times, but this is my Friday the 13th, one of my many Friday the 13th Part 2s, but this is my German, softback German media book.
That's cool.
It's the man.
Yep. With the one eye.
And of course you can tell it's German because here it is with the card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Love German media books. Me and Ben are like crazy over them.
Do you collect them just to collect them, or do you collect them and actually watch them too?
I've watched anything I get. That's one thing about my collecting. I am a completist collector. I collect what I love, what I intend on watching.
So since that's German, is it in German or is it Like, is it dubbed in German or is it in English?
It's in English also.
Okay.
You can, or you can have it in German with English subtitles.
Okay.
Which
Very
is
cool.
interesting. My 15-year-old loves that. He's a brainiac, man. Let me see. Love pulls down blue. I have April pulls down Blu-ray, and the song during the menu I love. Yes, that's the cover I know and love. Yeah.
Yep. I just love that the ponytail into the noose.
What's up? Matter of fact, I just got one in the mail. So you're a Boglin brother indeed. See, VHS over here, we're all in plastic cases, clamshells, never got
Clamshells, yep. We have plenty of
That's weird.
clamshells here. The clamshells are normally over here in America are like for Disney movies for the most part.
Yeah. Fred says Jason seems to be very safely careful in the movie. After he murders Alice, he
Where's the tea kettle for the
stove.
stove? Yeah, well.
What? It was fucking annoying, man.
That's what it was. Maybe he's a cat. Maybe he's a cat lover. He didn't want the cat to get hurt in a fire.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
Like,
here's the thing. I don't know who brought it up in the chat. I do think Muffin's dead because at the end of this movie, when Jason, Muffin comes here, oh Muffin, and he jumps through the fucking window. That's a dream.
Yes.
So I think that is Muffin in the woods.
Yes, I have heard that too, and I'm inclined to agree with that. That is a dream sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Jason killed Paul.
Yes,
and she was able to get away. Jason killed Paul in Jason's little hut.
Yes,
and she chopped Jason, and she just managed to survive because Jason is down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe it because she keeps saying, "Where's Paul?" And there ain't no Paul because Paul's dead.
Yeah, and she doesn't realize it because she's in shock when she gets from the hut or the shack into her cabin.
Hang on, I gotta get my cord before I lose power. So.
No, do what you gotta do, brother. This poor fucking cop. Now he's like my size, all right, and this poor actor had this is like one of the longest fucking chase sequences in the whole goddamn franchise. Make sure you stop so you can fucking straighten your hair. But Jesus Christ, Jason's just shuffling, and this poor guy, he's gonna have a fucking heart attack before he gets like halfway through the fucking woods. I would have just given up. You're driving through the woods, some country bumpkin just jumps across the street. Who cares? Seriously, I can't help but laugh every time that runs into the tree. That poor guy. And then you see how far behind he is by when he makes it to that little part of the creek. Catch your breath. He's like, God damn it, I guess I still got to go after him. All
right, there we go.
All better?
Yeah, I'm not used to doing two streams like that back to back, man. I was afraid of losing the whole damn stream because the phone died.
I was just saying how I felt bad for this cop. Look how fucking tired he is and how long he has to fucking chase Jason through the woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he stopped 2 or 3 times. He's like, God damn.
Yeah, he runs into a tree. He has to catch his breath. He has to straighten his hair, but then he finds this weird ass fucking shack. That Jason literally he just found shit in the woods. Probably stolen stuff.
Oh yeah. But it's obviously just some piece together.
Uh-huh.
I was going to get Turtle Living Dead German media book that Ben recommended, but I couldn't read the website. Wasn't sure if the movie was in German too. Yeah, that is a bitch. There's a way you can turn that to English, but I've never been able to find it when you're looking at a German website.
If you really pay attention, it's interesting some of the shit he has in this shack. Like I just noticed, I've never seen a high. He's got a high chair in there.
Yes.
With the cop, why the fuck do you have a high chair?
Oh no. That's a good point. There's his own specific toilet. It looks like something's been going on there.
Yeah. I doubt he uses that fucking thing. He's got the woods.
Yeah. He may have used it up to a point when he realized it just wasn't going to flush. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. And this looks painful. The way this actor sells it, and the way
Yes.
that the thump. Oh my god.
I
The
remember seeing the
claw.
trailer to this before I went to the theater and seen it, and this was in the trailer.
Oh god damn.
And
Oh.
it even makes a tink sound
Yep.
just like in Halloween 2 when Michael
Yep.
puts the into the security guard's head. Tink.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just the sound. It's you got to have those sound effects. You got to do certain things to sell it. Just like Tom Savini was talking
Yep.
about on making the burning when he was missing with the hedge clippers and
Mm-hmm.
it would stab into the wood.
Uh-huh.
That gives it legitimacy.
Yep.
That makes it that way when it's actually clipping fingers off. It looks like it could actually be doing that.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll stick around too. You fucking man, he's so creepy, like I said.
Yeah, yeah. He just There's a tell what might have went on there. You know what I mean? If things would have kept on, like because I mean she thinks she's cute, but she just doesn't seem like she's interested in getting anything going on.
Mm-hmm. I like those two though, but Vicky and Mark are sweet. You know, nothing spoils the party faster than a drunk guy in a wheelchair. You know.
Yeah, he says must be chilly out there. Yeah, same
Yeah.
thoughts over there.
That's why he called Marcy Perky.
Oh man, but she was. I think she was perky even when it was warm.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
I forgot to mention that when they got reprimanded by the cop, and then Paul's just like, okay, no dessert for these guys. You know, that
Yeah,
type of bullshit. It makes him likable too and funny.
yeah. The cop just looks at him like, motherfucker, you just
Yeah.
made a joke out of my shit.
Yep.
And because really, I mean, this motherfucker was acting like they went and robbed somebody and held him at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, there are a couple of kids who went somewhere they weren't supposed to. They didn't steal anything. Nobody got hurt. Just give them a warning.
timestamp for anybody's wondering. We're at almost exactly 45 minutes.
The pace in this one is really good. You know, we didn't mention that in the last video. The pace in this is really good.
No dead air.
No.
In a movie or in a stream or in a watch along or anything, the worst thing you can have is dead air.
Yep.
That's why the number one rule in radio is always was and it always will be no dead air.
Yep.
Dead air is a killer for any kind of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot entertain if you could hear a pin drop.
Yep.
I was watching a silent movie, and even in silent movies, they play that music long.
Yep. That's one reason why, you know, Mike, American Werewolf from New Jersey, he likes like the silent films like Nosferatu and stuff, but he likes to turn the actual music off. And I'm like, I don't know if I need something in the background, at least, even if it's a silent film.
Hey, he got a hold of me earlier and told me to stop by. I'm not sure what he was doing.
He was doing a watch party on a movie called Vampire, I think from the 30s or 40s.
Okay. And I told him, I said, "Yeah, I got stuff all evening. If I didn't, I definitely would."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. But man, I don't know if Jin just said, Jin just says must be chilly out there. Imagine this actress now getting in that fucking cold water.
She got the arch in the back too that makes the booty stick out more.
Oh, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
That actress, she's like, if they're making me get naked for this movie, I'm gonna make it memorable and worth it.
She knows, I'm counting on it. Here's poor Jeff. Martin was just smiling that he treating Jeff like a little kid.
But I like Jeff though, because even he's all right. I lost.
See, because Jeff's trying right back at it again. Jeff's like, fuck it, let's go again.
Yeah, he's having fun, and then Sandra's so fucking bored.
And she's like, I got something. Yeah.
He's like, okay.
You do it with your hands. He's like, I agree with that.
Yeah.
To be young.
Yeah.
Young people. She's like, I only want your
He
fingers.
figures
And
what? And
she
that's what
plays
I
it,
like about. He's like, what?
yeah, she plays it so cool too. You can tell she's actually interested in him. She
Yeah.
don't just want, you know what I mean? She
She
brings him these
she's
games.
interested in him. She's flirting, but she isn't coming off like let's just go to bed. You know what I mean? She's being very playful.
She wants to get to know him, so you know
Yeah.
what I mean. She wants to appeal to what he likes in all around ways, not just that.
Yeah. And see right there, she says she wants to play for position. But then right before that, she's like, the one with the puck. You know, she's being playful.
Very flirty. Yes.
hmm And like I said, her
Mm,
podcast, Lauren Marie Taylor's podcast, is he again creeper. You're gonna do this to a woman? What a piece of shit! But her
yeah.
podcast is a lot of fun. She's a lot. I suggest you
I've never
follow
seen it.
her. I suggest you follow her on Instagram. She's always posting fun videos and stuff.
Cool. I can't remember the name, but send me a link or something, man.
Sure. I'll go ahead and do that now on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah, and he and when she comes out, her clothes are gone. He plays a game
Yeah.
with her about getting her clothes. Yeah,
Like I said,
like
what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. I do not like this guy.
yeah. He did a lot of those teeny bopper type college vacation type movies in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Todd did. And I do he's in a couple soap operas. If he wasn't, he should have been because he just got to look for it. He did like All My Children or General Hospital, something like that.
Yeah. All
So
right.
he gets what he deserves.
I just sent you her Instagram page on
Cool.
in your message. Yeah. I would definitely follow her because she's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun.
Awesome. I didn't know she was doing anything like that.
Yeah, and she posts. She's always posting convention videos and stuff like she she goes to the conventions, and sometimes like when it was warmer out during the summertime, she would, because there's the famous change the panty scene. She would show up and like she would hike up her skirt and she would be wearing those color underwear and stuff like that. She's a lot of fun. She embraces her character. I like that. I like how she threw the fucking towel at the camera.
Yeah. She just wants to cut this fucker down and get him out of her face. That's all. She really meant it when she said, I ought to leave you up here to hang. Like, I think she really thought about it for a minute.
Well, the thing is, she liked him, but you can tell she was not happy with him stealing her clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
So he's not earning points. He's killing his own fucking mojo.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too strong, man.
Yeah, like I said, he comes off. He's the creeper, not Steve Christie.
Yeah. I'm not sure it means he's harmed by it. He just likes her. He just
he's not going to do anything bad. You know what I mean?
He just pushes.
Yeah. I wish we would have seen. They wouldn't have cut it. So I wanted to see a little bit more blood pour, but that was still a pretty good effect.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes one of my favorite transitions in this whole franchise. I love when she screams at Jason, and then her scream mixes in with the guitar.
Yep,
it's so fucking good.
And it's so strong. It's a great case of what happened, but you didn't see it. What you don't see was stronger than what you did see.
And you do see her. She's in the pile of bodies in the shack.
Mm-hmm.
Right here it is. I love this.
Great choice they made.
Boom.
Sir. They made a great choice not showing her get killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Steve Meyer was like a jack of all trades with these, man. I wish he would have kept doing them.
What else did he do? He did Lake Placid. That's a fun one.
Right.
What else? I'm gonna see what else he did because I know he's done it. Oh, he did House. He did the first House.
Okay.
That's a fun cheesy one. But I think he kind of left the slasher genre and just did fun kind of hokey horror movies. Oh, he did the first Warlock movie. I liked Warlock.
Yo, with Julian Sands, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Friday the 13th, Part 2, Part 3, House, Warlock, Halloween H2O, Lake Placid.
Well,
Yeah. Forever Young, the Mel Gibson movie.
Huh.
Day of the Dead remake. Ugh.
Wow.
Oh, geez, he directed Soul Man with C. Thomas Howell, if you remember that movie.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's done some well-known movies. So worked on
He
Night of the
just,
Creeps. Yeah.
he just says that's one thing Friday the 13th franchise has always had good effect. Definitely, no matter who they had in there, they made
Mm-hmm.
sure it was good effects.
Yep. See here's the scene right here. What if there was a Jason?
Yeah, she run
Yeah.
around, yeah, try to think beyond the legend, put it in real terms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what would we be like today? Some kind of out
Yeah.
of control psychopath,
Yeah.
frightened retard, a child
Yeah.
trapped in a man's body, and then of course, they make
They're
fun.
mocking him. Yeah. Oh no, let me
But
out, let me out. Yeah, and she's just like, you fucking guys.
she's very serious.
Mm-hmm.
She means it. She feels for ever since he told that story.
Mm-hmm.
She's been stuck in her head.
You know, it's the child psychology connection, you know?
Mm-hmm. He just says Warlock was such a good movie. Even the first
Yep.
sequel proves the first
Oh,
one was
Warlock. If we're talking like favorite, like air quotes, bad, cheesy movies, Warlock the Armageddon is one of my go-tos. Julian Sands is always great. Crispin Glover's dad is one of the guys, is the preacher who tries to shoot him down. It's a lot of fun. And I watch anything with Julian Sands. The Warlock movies, Arachnophobia. I loved him. He was in Rose Red, that Stephen King TV movie about the haunted house. And
well,
even in
remember
Gotham, he was in Gotham as the Scarecrow's father in an episode. He was really good in that.
he was also the pimp in Leaving Las Vegas.
Yep. Yeah, he's always good.
My fiance is a big Julian Sands fan.
Mm-hmm. See what I like? It's because I don't know where he's from. He's not from America, to my knowledge, with the accent, but he's always got this prim and proper attitude
Yes.
about himself. And that's what I love about him in the Warlock movies. You know, he's so prim and proper as he's ripping these people apart. That's what makes me, kind of like Doug Bradley, like as Pinhead. He's prim, he's proper, but he's ripping people apart. Candyman.
I kind of got the idea that Hunter Hearst Helmsley kind of got a little bit of Julian Sands character.
Oh, he looked like it when he first started with the when he was the Greenwich snob with the ponytail.
Yeah, he had a lot of Julian Sands coming out of it.
Well, he even looked like they both have the long blonde hair. They have a big nose. They have the chiseled features.
Yeah.
No?
That's the first thing I thought when I seen Triple H, man, as the Hunter Hearst Helmsley. That's the first thing I thought of was Warlock. Yeah, I've heard that one before. See, now she's actually getting to know him.
Yeah.
She actually wants to know about him.
Well, see, that's what I like about her. She doesn't want to just get laid. You know what I mean? She does like him. And that's what I think is so sweet about these two, which makes their deaths even more sad, because if you like the characters, because come on, we all go to these movies to see the people killed. You know what? There's no, that's what we do. But when we actually like the characters, it's just like, damn, we knew they weren't going to make it, but we wanted them to.
That's the difference between a good kill and a good film. A film full of great kills and a great film full of kills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Just a film full of great kills or a great film full of kills.
See, that's one of the reasons why I haven't seen it. I wasn't too keen on the first one, but I'm like in no rush to see Terrifier 2, because I want a little bit more than just gore. You know what I mean? That's all everyone's talking about. They're just talking about how it's over the top gore and kills, and I want a little bit more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did see it, and I was as a matter of fact, on and Horror for All episode 3, we give our disappointment of the year. That was my disappointment of the year.
What is it?
Because the end, it's got to do with the ending and a lot of stupid decisions, stupid areas that they went to that I didn't feel that I felt took away from the original story.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I hated it, but
Well, you can still be disappointed though.
Hey, Omni, thanks for coming through. Yo, how you doing? Omni says, yo. Omni's very cool. Terrifier 2 has more. I'm just not in a rush to go see it. I don't dislike it, but I expected so much out of it
Yeah,
that I did end up a little disappointed in it.
yeah.
And yeah, here comes the storm getting ready to start. Always the
Mm-hmm.
storm.
Yep. It's a staple in these. Well, you got to have a rainstorm when you're in the
Yeah.
woods.
Now, did the burning have one? Remember?
Wasn't it raining in the very beginning when they burned Cropsey? I thought it was.
Yeah, yeah,
I could be
yeah.
wrong, but I thought when they play the prank and Cropsey actually gets burnt, I thought it was raining, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember. It's been a minute since I've seen it. Ninja says
That was a good one.
Tripper 2 has its moments. Oh yeah, but the first is a superior film. Definitely Ninja. It's definitely superior. It has more to it than than the gore in my opinion anyway. Lots of gore. It is not for the screaming.
Well, Alex, my buddy on Two Bearded Losers, and he saw Terrifier 2 in the theaters, and he says it's the goriest movie he ever saw in theaters.
Yeah,
Like he said, like he said himself, like he was feeling disgusted just watching it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
And like I said, I love my blood and guts, but I don't want gore just for gore's sake. You know what I mean? I want a little bit more to it, especially if the movie's 2 fucking hours long.
Omni says I still have to see All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve is an interesting little anthology.
That's the one where Art makes his first appearance, right?
Right. He's the very last story, and he does another little story in the middle
Okay.
at like a bus station or train station or something or some shit. But yeah, yeah, that's. But he's played by a different guy in that.
Mm-hmm.
So Echo. So does that mean so since you won that, now you get to come up with the nominees for the next one, right? Is that, is
I was surprised
that
that
how
Horror Tuber of the Year is still going on. I remember when that first came out. That's
right?
pretty cool. It's still going on.
Yeah, yeah. I now the winner gets to pick the nominees, right?
I think so.
Something like that. A lot of that stuff there is still kind of new to me.
Mm-hmm. Ah, here we go. Damn it.
Yeah, poor Mark. Penguin like a mug with it. Grading cats, dogs, raccoons,
Mm-hmm.
squirrels.
Ah, you just wait for it to happen.
Wearing that number 81 was like a San Fran jersey. And at that time, 81 would have been John Taylor, maybe? Yeah, because you had Rice number 80, John Taylor 81. Maybe.
Aye. And I love how it freezes and fades to white. Right? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. This is, yep, I picked I'm the Ice Lord, Professor Macabro, and Stevie Loves Horror and Little Miss Freak Show. Okay. That's happening. I check every other day to see how the voting is going. Okay. All right.
Now, wasn't their death like done before in an Italian horror movie, like in an Argento
Yes.
movie? The two people impaled in the bed.
Bay of Blood, yeah.
Was that Argento?
No, no, that was Mario Bava.
Okay, I knew it was an Italian horror.
Yeah, that was uh, Bava's Bay of Blood.
Oh, you got your VHS. I love how on the VHS back of this, you get to see that picture of these two guys impaled in the bed. I think, if I'm correct, right? You see a bigger picture of them?
Yeah.
Yep, right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s when you could show kills on the back of the fucking tapes and stuff, you know?
Right. There she is.
Here we go.
I love that. I love that look on her face, and the way she looks down at it
Yeah.
as that was well sold.
Mm-hmm. And then I love how this shows how Jason likes to hide the victims because eventually he ends up behind, strung up behind the door when Vicky walks in.
Yeah, and I love because it was an accident that happened earlier on in the day. Because this is one of the things where everybody helped everybody built fence into it. He accidentally smashed his thumb, so you can see the thumbnail is bruised.
Mm-hmm.
That had just happened.
Yeah, I remember Stu Charno was talking about either in a regular interview or in a book or something how that old man that was sitting at the bar with him was kind of giving him a dirty look. I guess in between takes, Stu was just being funny, and the old man just wasn't having his joke, so that's why he was like giving him a legit like dirty look because he's like, I wish this fucker would just shut up and leave me alone, type of thing.
Yeah. Timestamp. Almost. Let me see. Hold on. We got 3. I will tell you when it's a minute 4. Okay, it's a minute 4. Or not minute 4, an hour and 4. Minute 4. Hour and 4 minutes.
It's hard to believe we've been watching this fucking thing for over an hour now.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, the pace is good.
Oh yeah, it's probably got 4 flies by like this too.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing. If I was to say one bad thing about the original, it is a little bit slower of a burn. It does seem to go a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But this is fantastically paced.
Oh yeah. And that's it's just so disappointing. Like I said, I'm not trashing part 3, but it's just Steve Miner. It's just such a step down from this one.
Yeah.
And 3's got it. A lot of people love 3. It's just they're always so surprised when if I did a ranking, I always put 3 close to the bottom.
Right.
Oh, that pop up. Oh, it's so spooky.
Slice.
Yeah.
There's Jeff, and now she's trapped in there with him. This is when you first get a full view of Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that thumb, and you can tell that's real too.
Yeah.
Mashed the shit out of it from there.
And it's Steve Dash as Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone always gives Warrington Gillette the credit, but Warrington only popped through the window. Everything else is Steve.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly why that was, but there's a lot of stunts. Yeah,
it's a stunt thing. But yeah, it took like 20 years for Steve Dash to finally get credit. You know what I mean? For doing the majority of all of it.
Yep. Yeah. Now they both get equal credit.
Mm-hmm.
But it still says Jason, played by Warrington Gillette, and Steve Dash uncredited as Steve Deskuski.
Yeah, that's why he goes by Dash. But I was just glad he was finally getting credit after all the years. You know what I mean? Because he's the one that makes Jason scary. No offense to Warrington, but all he does is just jump through a fucking window.
Right. He just happened to look better in the makeup.
Yep.
You can go up there and check it. I love how these two do it. When she's like, I think somebody's in this room.
These kids smoke. These kids smoke better dope than I do.
And she's like, what's going on here? Paul's like, nothing.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to convince himself.
Yeah, he's like, but like she's like, not even Ted would do something like this.
Yeah. What is going on here? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Paul,
Well,
someone's in this room.
that, and,
Paul's
that,
in this fucking room.
yep, and we just saw it earlier when he's dragging Vicky slowly down the steps, and you see her feet just.
Right.
He's just, he's taking her back to Mama. So because you see Terry, you see Vicky, and then you see Alice. Alice is the skeleton.
Uh-huh.
Because if you look, you see the ice pick sticking out of the skull of the skeleton.
Yep. Yep, you sure do. Here she is. Paul, there's someone in this room.
Paul, there's someone in this fucking room.
Yeah, now she sees him.
Oh, look at that. And that reveal is so good when he just, oh, man.
Yeah. This is a serious fight going on. Now, this is the way a fight would really go on between them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't have a Jason tossing around because Paul's no pussy.
Right. And see, that's what that's another reason why I said I like John Shepard a lot as Tommy, is his fighting style, like, it's not choreographed. You know, when he's beating the shit out of Junior, he does that kick and he slips on his ass. Real fights are sloppy. You know what I mean? That type of stuff happens. And that's why I like this fight. I like this fight here with Jason and Paul because they're just two guys like in a bar fight, you know what I mean? Taking each other down.
Just desperation, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He don't know who in the hell the fuck that is in there, but he knows whoever it is responsible for whatever the problem is.
Yep.
So Ninja says Amy Steele was a very good Survivor girl.
Survivor girl. There you go, buddy.
Not my favorite, but a really good one. Absolutely my favorite Survivor girl.
Who is your favorite Survivor girl, Ginger? I don't remember if you said.
Always will be. I fell in love with her at fucking 8 years old.
Oh, that jump through the fucking window. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so good.
He's reaching. Yeah, yeah.
And I said this in our video earlier tonight. This whole 10-15 minute sequence, this chase sequence is truly terrifying.
Yeah, and it reminds me of a lot of the one in the original one too. You got the same music. It shows the moon. It's the only two that does it quite like that.
And Manfredini's score in this, like this whole, so good, so good. Like he does much more than just stuff. Like he is so good. And what I like is he's like John Williams. You know what I mean? When you hear that score, you can tell it's him. You know what I mean? You can tell. And I love this close up of her, like right when she's shaking with the knife. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like she's scared as shit. And that's a good thing. Like Amy Steele's like she's holding the knife, and then he's knocking on the door again, and then she's shaking. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to cut this motherfucker when he breaks through.
Then they show you how to do a real jump scare. Blam through the door with the fucking pitchfork.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love real jump scare. Oh, this part's so good. This part's so good when he just pops up, and then disappears, and then the car starts fucking shaking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And starts digging through. Yeah, because she forgets she's sitting in a fucking convertible.
Yep, right there. Boom. Yep. And then he's gone. Where's he at? Where's he at?
He's getting on top of that motherfucker because.
Yep, and then it starts shaking. And look at the way she's fucking selling that. Her eyes.
Yeah, he's got a rag top. And so where did she go? See, in this situation, what does she do? She knows he's right there. She can't stay in here because he's digging through the top. She's afraid to pop out because he may grab her.
And see, what I love is he doesn't just stab the pitchfork through. He reaches to try to grab her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kimberly Beck was good. Kimberly Beck was good. Trish.
Yeah. Laura Park Lincoln. You don't hear that much, man. She doesn't get the credit that she deserves a lot, man, because people shit on the whole Carrie thing a lot. Mm-hmm. But I liked it, man. I thought it was ballsy.
I thought it was. Speaking of balls, you said ballsy right when he gets kicked in the fucking nuts. Yeah. And see, that's what I like about these early films. People tend to forget he's human.
Yeah.
From 2, 3, and 4, he's human. He feels pain.
Yeah.
Like, I have a couple friends who we go back and forth because, I love Jason Goes to Hell. They don't like how Jason kind of grunts when he's getting shot in the very beginning. Well, he sure grunted when he got kicked in the nuts right there. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
definitely. Oh,
But
and don't forget about when he gets some shade in the side of the head. Oh,
mhm.
he's pulling down. That's
Yep.
fucking hurt.
Again, what really sells her is the fucking eyes she does. You buy the fear in her face, dude.
Yes. She. This is definitely. I wish she wouldn't have listened to her agent and did part 3 because part 3 was going to be about her in a mental institution and
Oh,
him
really?
coming there after her. But her agent gave her advice not to do that, to try to move on and do other ones so that she wouldn't get locked into being just a survivor girl in
Yeah.
a horror movie.
Wow.
And to this day, she says she wishes she had never listened to it.
Yeah. What could have been?
You
But
know?
what I like about her is you can tell she legitimately appreciates her fans. You know what I
Oh,
mean? That love her and stuff. That's cool at the conventions and stuff.
and her daughter looks just like her.
Does she?
Here we go. Details all the way down to the fucking rat and shit running by and her pissing her pants. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Details, little details that are so important. Yeah. So he's strategizing. He's
Mm-hmm.
thinking she's probably underneath this motherfucking bed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't take a fucking Einstein. But where else was she supposed to go?
Yeah.
She's just damn lucky that the fucking chair break
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because he was up on
And
that
when
chair.
the chair doesn't just break when he lands, his pitchfork breaks too.
Yeah, but if
So
that chair doesn't break, she's gonna get impaled to that floor with that pitchfork.
yep.
She would have been done. It's like, oh my god, are you shitting me? There's a fucking rat running around in your own.
And that's what made. Well, I've always wondered: is it her that pisses her pants, or is it the rat that pees?
Well, I don't know, man, but if that rat can piss that much, that's a pissy ass rat.
Well, it's probably her because it shoots out the side from under the bed, so it's probably her. The rat was near her face, so
That's a lot of piss for a rat.
yeah, yeah. Here we go. The chair and the pitchfork.
He says his movements are very methodical and calculated. Hell yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they are. He doesn't just bust through shit and start throwing things around. He's a thinking killer.
Yep.
Blam! He's like, fuck.
Oh, and boom. Yeah, now the pitchfork's useless.
I love the added effect of the breaking of the pitchfork.
Yep.
And now he sees the chainsaw coming at him, and he's like, holy fucking shit, ah! Now
And
you would see
boom.
Jason later on running from that.
And you saw him get hit with that thing.
Yeah, oh, he hit his arm. Oh, hell yeah. Jason later on would have just slapped it aside or something, but a real man's gonna back up and be like, "Whoa, fuck!"
Oh, he was scared. That Jason showed fear, which is pretty cool. And then she fucking hit him with a chair afterwards too. I love that.
Yeah. God damn. So I'm getting as far as in this particular area as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, she goes directly to his fucking house, which is kind of a desperate move, but and you can see the same scene here. That's the same spot where the cop stomped through in the puddle.
Yep. It's a good marker to tell you how close she is.
Omni says, I never saw the original Fool's Day. I saw the remake. Not thinking, no, the remake of Fool's Day sucks.
Never saw it.
It's about as good as the remake of Prom Night.
See, I'm not a big fan of
the
I'm not a big fan of the original Prom Night, to be honest.
Right. Well, it's not as good as Terror Train. I'll put it that way.
Oh, Terror Train! I had so much fun with, dude.
Terror Train.
I saw that for the first time last handful of years, and man, I wasn't expecting much, but I had so much fun with Terror Train.
Yep. Yeah.
Here we go, and there's Alice right there. You see the pitch. You see the ice pick in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And see now he upgrades from a pitchfork to a pickaxe.
Yeah, he's got a growing collection of bodies around his mom's shrine.
Yep. And you can right there, you can tell that that's Terry laying on her back.
And thanks to Paul's story, thanks to Paul's little story that he didn't even know how close to telling the truth he was, she knows what to do here.
Mm-hmm. And look, she's disgusted. That's what I
Yeah,
love. That little added stuff from Amy Steele. She's disgusted to put in on this old nasty. And look, there's blood around the ring of the neck.
yep,
Yep,
it's
that's
filthy.
the attention to detail. And look, like I said, she's got to get her hair right to look like him or to look like her. Oh, hello, Mary Lou. Prom night 2 is a fun one.
And Mommy's please. That's a good one.
Mhm.
Now
Here
now
we
this is
go.
Jason seeing. This is Jason.
Yep.
He's confused, you know.
I love how they put Betsy in all black.
Yeah. Mommy has a reward for
Has a reward for you. Like she's so
you.
proud.
Yeah.
She's so fucking good.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the use of the lighting on Betsy is so
Jason,
good.
mother is
Jason,
talking to you.
mother is talking to you.
Now watch your face. Jason, mother's talking to you.
And then she smiles. And then she fucking smiles. Yep.
This is just that groove like wee. That's
Hmm.
my kneel down. That's a boy.
Hmm.
Kneel down, Jason. That's my good. And he's like, oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Makes you kind of feel for Jason for a minute. You know what I mean? He
She
understands.
does. She understands, but she got to do what she's got to do.
Right, right, right. Oh, definitely, definitely. And you see, oh, wait a minute, the head's back there. I ain't
You
crazy.
fucking bitch! Boom!
Oh,
Oh, that gas looked good.
now here's where if the theory of ending part being a dream is true, this is where Paul dies.
Yes, I've always said Paul dies in this struggle here,
Yeah,
and then she hits Jason in the shoulder with the machete. She walks back to the
here it is.
cabin by herself.
Yeah,
So when
here,
the door opens and Muffin is there, it's all a fucking dream.
yeah. He's
Muffin was
killing
killed.
Paul. He's
Yep.
killing Paul right now.
Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, Paul's dead.
Yeah. See, because
See right there because he's boom.
you see him come down with it here.
Yep.
There, that killed
Yep.
Paul. At the
Yep.
same time as he killed Paul, she chopped him.
Yep. Because you do see Paul put his hand up,
Yeah.
but like you said, the pickaxe comes down the same time the machete
Yep.
comes down the shoulder, and I think this is just her creating something. You know what I
She's
mean?
losing it,
Dealing with the
man.
trauma.
She's in shock. Yeah, she's
Hmm.
PTSD times
Yep.
10.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the rest of this is all a dream.
Now, well, I mean, she may be actually doing this, but she's doing it alone.
Well, I wonder. Well, she must have because how else would she dream of what he looks like when he busts through the
Right.
window?
Yeah, so she actually did that, but Paul's not with her.
Right.
You know, if that theory is correct, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought. I mean, and it's
That's
left open to interpretation. But and then look what she did. She tossed that fucking sweater off right when she got out of there.
mm-hmm. Just got out of 3 in 3D at the theater.
Oh,
First time
sweet.
seeing it in that way. Better 3D experience than Avatar 2. Man, I'm telling you, Grim. Man, when I went and seen it back in 1982, they called it Super 3D. And it was fucking super. It's the first time I'd ever seen 3D, and it was an experience. It was
What did they?
badass.
So what's the difference between 3D and Super 3D? Was there a difference?
I don't know. That was the first 3D that I had ever seen at a theater or anything like that. But that's what they were calling it. It was
Mm,
enhanced, I guess. It was enhanced
okay.
3D. And I'm telling you, every single thing, like when he's setting up like the pole to set up the clothesline and shit, it
Hmm.
looked like it was sticking right in your eyeball.
That's cool.
It was good shit, Grim. Absolutely. Have you all seen? No, I have not seen Fall, but I am dying to. Fall to me comes off like Frozen, and I love Frozen.
Frozen's a good one, yeah.
Th-
Adam
Have you
Green.
have you heard of Fall?
Mm-mm.
Some chicks end up in this really huge high fucking tower and they get
Oh,
thrown.
I've seen the poster.
Yeah,
Seen the
that sounds
poster.
good. Man. That sounds really good. You see, yeah, people were grabbing at the screen. Also, a 3D joint. They were grabbing at the 3D joint. Cool. Well, hell yeah. So that means that they kicked up that quality. Hell yeah.
I love that shot of her nodding her head for Paul to open the door.
Yeah, definitely don't spoil because I'm definitely wanting to see it. Man. But yeah, here she goes. This is what she actually. This is what. Yeah, it's what she actually did. Paul didn't let nobody in here. But
Nope.
she went to this cabin and held this fork up because she heard noise there. Instead of anything coming through the front door, it was Jason coming through behind.
Yeah, so what I think happened, she got back to the camp and it cuts to the next day. It's morning time or afternoon
Yeah,
time when she's getting put into the ambulance.
it's
Bars are
fast.
closed. Everyone at the bar came home, found everything, and called the cops and the ambulance.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Hmm. She was
Here we
unconscious.
go. Yep. Here we go.
This to me is a better ending jump scare scene than the end of the first.
Yeah.
I like this one better, and I love how
I
there's like two different people, man.
and you got the machete right there, still in the shoulder.
Uh huh. Yes. Yeah.
I don't like what they do in part 3 with Chris, and it
Yeah.
ends up being fucking Pam Voorhees jumping out with the fucking rotted head, and I hate that. I hated that. I
Yeah.
liked how she did have a dream sequence where Jason was after her, but I just didn't like how they had to make Pam jump out. And see, this is like definitely like the next morning or the afternoon, so Ted probably came home, and there's more counselors that went to the bar than just fucking Ted. You know what I mean? They came
Right.
home, they saw the carnage, they called the cops.
Took off, went to a phone, and called the police. Yep.
Yep.
And they finally found her
Hmm.
because there was bodies all over the fucking place.
Yep.
Because he hadn't taken all the bodies there yet.
Right. So let's see. We got Terry right there is very noticeable. We knew Alice was the skeleton, and I don't know who else is on the other side. Probably the cop, I'm assuming. And then apparently they were going to end this with Pam's
With
eyes
her eyes.
opening. I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't do that.
Yeah. Me too.
That would
Most
have been
definitely.
that would have been fucking awful.
Yeah.
That would have
That
been
was
fucking stupid.
yeah. Awesome. There it was, man.
And there you go. Like I said, Adrian King, third bill. Great fucking movie.
Hell yeah, man. So so you want to come and check out Pet Cemetery tomorrow night then?
I would love to, dude. Like I told you, Pet Cemetery is my favorite horror movie of all fucking time.
Awesome. Yeah. I got no problem with it. Cool. So guys, tomorrow night on the my Stephen King Saturday night, Eric will be joining me for the original 1989 Pet Cemetery watch.
Absolutely. Oh, I can talk all fucking night about that movie, dude.
I know it will give me high anxiety. Ninja says, "Yeah, if you have a fear of heights, they're talking about the fall." But
Hmm.
I know we definitely got some. There's lots of there's lots of strict Pet Cemetery fans out there, so
Hmm.
the chat should be good tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Um, thanks a lot for celebrating this Friday 13th with me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude. Like I said, I had a lot of fun. I'm glad we got 2 good videos out of it. Great conversation in both of them. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Tomorrow is gonna be fun. I'm glad you're letting me tag along for that.
Oh hell yeah, no problem, man.
Like I said, I don't like to invite myself, but I'm like I couldn't pass up the opportunity with my favorite fucking horror movie, dude.
Cool. No problem at all, man. You know you're always welcome.
Appreciate
Um,
it.
and thanks to everybody who joined us on this watch and our last stream.
Yes,
You
sir.
guys You guys who didn't see it, go back and check it out. It's a Friday the 13th uh, greatest horror franchise of all time
Mhm.
with a question mark.
Yep. Good
Um,
conversation.
Other than that, thanks again for everybody coming through. Thanks to Eric for being here.
My pleasure, dude.
We will catch you guys tomorrow night. Much love to all. That is Eric from Hey Internet Eric here, and I am Goraphobe, and you guys are not. Have a great night.
Cheers.